I don't have plans right now for films, but I am here meeting producers and directors and kind of showing the new version of me. You can't go up to one auntie and uncle and say dance and they won't like hit a couple steps, you know? Hi, Ritik. Hi, it's been so many years and I've said this so much. You were so fabulous, and I just think me standing next to you and dancing together would be perfect. Hi, I'm Lauren Gottlieb, and you're watching me on IWMBuzz.
Hello everyone, welcome to IWMBuzz. This is Komal Vishwakarma and today we have a very special guest, Nai Dulhan. We have Lauren Gottlieb with us. Hello, how are you?
I am amazing right now. Hi to you.
Firstly, congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you so much.
Your wedding pictures were so beautiful. It was like a ऐसा होता ना surreal moment of fairy tale वाला कहानी वैसा it was looking. I want to know firstly from you, how is life after marriage?
I mean, we like literally just got married.
Yes.
So I don't even know if I fully processed it.
Okay.
Like I'm just integrating back into life right now. I just landed back in Bombay yesterday. But everything is just so good. Like you can't complain when you're surrounded around your best, family and friends and the love of your life for, this whirlwind event for 2 whole weeks. Is just the most magical thing. It's something that I had dreamt about my entire life, and I didn't know how it was going to look. Like I think there's some people that like can visualize their wedding and they've planned it. I've never had any idea, and so when it was happening, I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is the moment." So it was exciting.
Tell us everything actually. How it was, how special did you feel that day, and how it all started. Everything I want to know. Tell us the story.
We had a like the first day of the okay, wait, let me go back. We went to Rome first. So I didn't just plan a whole wedding, a whole 3-day wedding. I also planned a family vacation for everyone. So it was kind of a lot to do. But we celebrated my birthday in Rome. Then the next day we did a bachelorette party. And then the next day we got ourselves from Rome all the way to Tuscany for the wedding. And we went right into the cocktail party, the rehearsal, and the big pizza party we had. It was like a big welcome thing. Like usually you have, the rehearsal with just the people that are in your wedding. But I'm like, if people are flying all the way over to Italy for us, like come, like be a part of everything. Be a nice welcome dinner to get everyone to meet one another. So we had that the first night in Tuscany. And then the next day, the wedding day, we decided to sleep in a little bit because it had been so chaotic, this whole trip and the whole travel and stuff, that I'm like, I want to feel rested. I want to wake up. And I woke up that morning and my dad had texted me. No one else was awake because there was 35 of us that stayed on the property. So we had these cute little villas and stuff, like just full Tuscany, like perfection. And my dad had texted me and I was like, oh, what a cool moment. I'm like, Dad, are you up for a walk? And so we walked all the way around the property together, and I'm like, this is that moment. I'm not gonna cry. As a little girl, that you're just like, what is that gonna look like on your wedding day? And just having like that father-daughter walk was so perfect. And then we got ready, and I oddly felt very calm, which I would think like I'm
Obviously.
But I think like when I think about performances, where some aspect of it kind of was, you were putting on a show, like the ceremony, I choreographed the ceremony, but the performances, I have to like remember so many steps and so much choreography that this, I'm like, I just get to be here and just experience it. So I was oddly calm. And then there was little bits, I don't know if anyone knows this yet, but we had a secret wedding singer. Tobias's cousin is a fabulous singer, and so we didn't tell anybody. So an hour before the ceremony, he arrived, and I had to like sneak around the building and sneak down to the ceremony and get him to meet the strings and the harp and the musical people, and then be like, don't sing it, no one knows and stuff. But so it was a big surprise that when I walked down the aisle, he stood up and he went to sing. So I found out afterwards. Tobias's whole family looked over and they just saw Elliot just like get up and walk towards the front, and they were about to go tackle him. They were like, "What has gotten into you? What are you thinking?" And then all of a sudden he opened his mouth and he started singing, and they just lost it. So that was like, we wanted to make sure that there were some special moments that like our families and our bridal parties knew so much, but how can we surprise them? So we also had some surprise fireworks, which is really cool. So I had asked a couple weeks before. I gave my song. I wanted Coldplay, A Sky Full of Stars. But I was like, it can't just be the song. It needs to start on the beat drop. At 1:17 in the song, that big, huge explosion. Can you start the fireworks then? And they're like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, done. Like, as a choreographer and stuff, I'm like, you know the moment. So we sat there, we were doing this champagne tower, which was hysterical because we've never done it. We're like, what do we do? We're just like dumping champagne down this tower. And I know that the fireworks are about to start behind me. And I'm just like, please, please, please. And all of a sudden on that beat drop, you hear boom. And everyone, I could just see all the guests like freaking out. I was like, nailed it.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was so
perfect
great.
execution.
Yeah, it was great.
I want to know from you how, okay, do you feel any changes after like marriage in your lifestyle? After
No, because I live my life and he does too in the way that we want to. So I think people go, oh, you know, people in their head go, normal, like whatever is normal. You get married and you kind of go away and stuff. I think it's hysterical that we got married. We went and did our honeymoon in Bali, and then he has work right now. He's on a plane to LA. He's got work in LA, and I have work in India. And so I'm like, this is 2025. This is a like working relationship, and so we get to like have those butterflies again of like when we get to see each other again. But we've got our own lives and our own careers and stuff. So no, I don't think anything's changed. It's just more fun that like we get to share our love with everyone. Like, I don't know if you saw, I posted a story the other day when I posted the photos, I like hyperventilated a little bit because in my vows, I said something on the lines of like, I have told my family and friends for my whole life, I want to be in the best relationship. I want to be in the deepest amount of love, that you're standing on a mountaintop screaming your love like for that person. And when I was writing my vows, I was picturing where we're going to be when we're saying them. And I was like, we're on a mountaintop. Like, we're getting married on that mountaintop, and I'm getting to profess my love to this person. And so when I posted those photos, I was like, this is like also that moment that it's like going out to everybody. And like, I get to tell everybody about this love. And I'm like, so meaningful. I knew I'd cry saying that.
That's all right. You know, everyone craves for the deep love. And you're experiencing that.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
It should be there all lifelong. Amazing.
Yeah.
Lauren, I want to know from you. You have a massive fan following in India. You're not born here in India. But people love you. People accept you. And what keeps you pulling back here?
Pulling back, meaning?
Like, what makes you come here and stay here? Do you like the tradition, or what is so special about India?
Everything, first and foremost. But, you know, your words, you said people love me. It's so mutual. It's crazy. I said earlier today, I did a blood test recently and found out my blood type is B positive, which goes, I think, with my personality for sure.
You got to know it now?
Yeah. We don't tell us growing up, like in the States. I don't know if you guys, I feel like you should know that just in case something happens. But so somewhere along the way, like I think I am from here or karmically, or I don't know what, but the love is so mutual. And I think that after all of these years, it stayed because of how mutual it is. Like when I landed back here, I'm like, my whole 20s were here. Like I grew up here. Like maybe not from birth, but I went from a child basically to an adult. And my entire phone book is everyone from here, and all my best relationships and my chosen family are here. And, I've had the struggles of learning the language, of learning the traditions, of learning the food and the tax system, like the politics, like literally everything that now it's so ingrained in me that I'm like that girl that's now prideful when someone comes from abroad here. I'm like, well, no, you can't do it like that. Like, this is how we do it here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so a part of me, and I love it so much. I love the people so much.
You started your career in 2006, to be precise, and in films you started in 2008, if I'm not wrong. Over these years, how do you think Lauren has transformed?
Oof. I mean, so much. I say it a lot that if you're from the States, you know me as a certain person. And then I got an incredible opportunity to come to India. And then my whole life and world changed, and so much color and tradition came into my life. So I feel like I just have all these different aspects to me. And then I am somebody that really leans forward with the human aspect of life. Like, I feel like everyone does life the way that they want to, and to each their own. But a lot of times people are just continuing to climb this, social ladder or career ladder and stuff. But if I get something like deep down in my heart that I'm supposed to do something, I follow it. So that's where, when I was in the States and I got this opportunity to come to India, like, they thought that was wild. They're like, but you made it. Like, I'm doing films and music videos and TV shows and dancing with all these artists and giving Tom Cruise dance lessons and doing all that. But I'm like, no, but there's this opportunity that's for me, and I feel it deep in my bones. And so, same thing now with being married. It's like I found that person, and I've been searching for a really honest, really true guy. And I know that people here haven't met him yet, but you'll love him so much. You'll love him. He's the best. I've always wanted that. So I've just followed myself with that. So to come back to your question of how I've changed, I think I've really prided myself on wanting to grow spiritually, mentally, personally and stuff, where I'm not just like project to project and stuff. I'm like, let me grow. And now I feel different. I feel more womanly, where I think before I was more like into the hip hop, stuff. That I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is different. And now what is this going to be in my work and on screen and in music videos and films and stuff?
So you're enjoying this phase of your life.
Yeah, she's cute. She's cute and she's fun.
We can see that. Last we saw you in Royals.
Yes.
But it's been quite a few years that we haven't seen you in full-fledged Hindi film or any show. So when is it happening? Do you have any plans?
I don't have plans right now for films, but I am here meeting producers and directors, and kind of showing the new version of me. Because I do think somewhere along the way, maybe people are like, "Oh, we know her," but you know me from a different part in my life and stuff. So like almost like a reintroduction, and it has been beautiful because in some of these meetings, like even just going back to some of the film houses that I've worked with before, or like Sony Music, I have a great relationship with. I've done lots with them. I met with them, and there's so much trust that they have in me, where now they're like, okay, like, what do you think if we give this song? Like, how do you envision it? And I was like, oh, this is perfect, because I love to be the creator and not just be like, okay, here, everyone set the stage and give me my steps and my costume and make your mark. They're like, what do you think? And I'm like, stunning. Now I get to create the vision. So with the Royals and stuff, same thing happened. I turned a little bit, like, and I have to like tune everybody out, and I just listened to the song once and I saw the whole thing, and then I turned to the team and I was like, so this is how it goes and stuff. So I think that's the most exciting thing, is I'm meeting people and I'm like, okay, cool, like I have their respect after all of these years. If I've been here, if I've been in the US, if I've been in London, I still come back and they still have the love and the respect for me. And so I'm just excited to see what's next.
So you feel a creative liberty here?
Yeah, For sure. Oh my God. The work here, I've been all over the world. I've done so many great things, and every part of the world does things wonderfully. But there is something here. I think it's because when you land, like Bollywood, the music, the dance, like you can't go up to one auntie and uncle and say dance and they won't like hit a couple steps, you know? And it's not like that everywhere. So you come here and I feel like the industry is all spread throughout the
Yeah.
city and it just is buzzing. And it's that thing my dad always used to say that my life is really exciting because it feels like it's Christmas every day. Like every single day,
course.
what present are you going to open today?
Well, what is your genre, your style?
Style of
What do you enjoy more? Like any specific genre you have in your head that you enjoy this more?
is this dance, music, films,
Anything.
art?
All over.
Oh, it's so vague. Bollywood music, Bollywood dance. Um, I love everything. Now I'm just thinking what's ever coming to my brain. Reality shows. Actually, you know what I want to see is a new type of reality show. You know, where just it's a bit different. Like dance, we've seen from So You Think You Can Dance to DID to Chalak to all
Yeah.
these, you know, Strictly, Dancing with the Stars. Like we've seen it done in the same way. So I want to see dance showcased in a different way. That's something I would love to be a part of doing. Um, but all of it, like the film, the must see, the you know, even in one of my wedding photos, I looked at it. I'm like, oh, they're gonna love this because it's so filmy.
Yeah.
It's like
I loved it.
the Indian like filminess.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is so filmy and so cute. So it just becomes like it's like integrated in your blood, you know.
Talking about Bollywood, since we are talking about Bollywood, which is your favorite film? I know this. Have you seen any Bollywood film? A lot.
Is she serious right now? Old time classic, Three Idiots.
Okay.
One of my favorites.
And any favorite item song you have?
So many. One of my favorites.
I'm sure there must be many.
Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of Katrina Kaifs are just so iconic.
Yeah.
Katrina and Karina, it's like I go back. I mean, Madhuri. I literally just like salivate. It's just like so much beauty and so much Ashwarya. Like just, I love that old time classic, stunning feminine song. That's something I think in this new era I would like to do. And I think one of my strongest things as an artist is being versatile. That's why I could jump into a new culture and dance the style nice is like I have that attention to detail. So I'll like kind of see how your body's moving and try to pick it up and put it on myself. So to do something very classical, very feminine like that, I think is maybe something that people haven't seen from me yet. So I'm definitely looking for something like that, just to showcase a new era, you know.
Is there any artist you admire, you would like to collaborate with?
Ritik. Hi, Ritik. Hi, it's been so many years, and I've said this so much. You were so fabulous, and I just think me standing next to you and dancing together would be perfect.
Yes, definitely.
I did it. I said it. He actually, for my birthday many years ago, we were at IFA. And I performed at IFA Rocks, and then I presented an award at IFA, and then ended up at his after party. And it was my birthday, and all of a sudden I turned around, and the sea parted, and Hrithik Roshan came through with a birthday cake, singing "Happy Birthday" for me.
Oh my God.
Best moment in my life.
That would be so special.
Honestly,
I can imagine.
He's just a dance guy. He's just too good. He's too good.
We would love to see you both in a project. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, lastly, I want to know from you, touch wood.
Yeah.
Lastly, I want to know from you is there anything in your pipeline right now?
Yes, I started this year doing dance teaching tours. It's something that I have always wanted to do that I didn't know how to, get so many people together at once. And I finally found the best touring partners to do this with and have had so much fun. I just feel like nowadays everything is on your phone. Everything is social media and AI is coming. And I also think what I've been seeing in the culture is people really just caring about getting the video. So in my workshops, I'm like, listen, like Back in my day of taking classes many years ago, if your phone came out, you were kicked out of that class and like never returned. But now I understand that it's very important, but still like be present and be here. If you don't get your perfect video today, like honestly, I don't care. I hope you do, but there is something that I think this new generation, it's that instant gratification. Yeah. So they'll take that video, they'll throw it up online, and then they just move on the next day. But I'm like, but I know what it takes to get to this place, and it's not that. You need to work hard. So you may not get my routine right away. You may have to fight for it, and I hope you do, because then you sleep on it tonight, and you wake up tomorrow, and you hear the music, and you're like, oh, it's not actually that fast. Oh, actually, it's more in my body. And you work, and you work, and you work on it, and then maybe a couple days later, it's beautiful out, go shoot it somewhere, and then you have your video. Like, it doesn't have to be right now. So I say these things in the classes and really have been pushing people. And then equally, I get so much back because afterwards they'll take photos with me and then they'll turn to me and be like, ma'am, like when I was 10 years old, like, I first fell in love with dance from watching you. And I'm like, that is really special, really sweet. And I just give everyone their time because I'm like, people want to be seen, they want to be heard. And I think I want to be that person that if you idolized me at 10 years old, at your very formative years, that I live up to your expectations.
Yes, definitely.
So I will stay extra for 1 to 2 hours to meet with every single person and let them say what they want. And I'm like, I think this is healing childhood trauma and things,
This is so sweet that you actually think about all the minute things and you make sure that nobody gets, thoda sa bhi upset.
Yeah. I think I'm just in a really interesting place in my life where, in the past, I had been so busy that maybe I wouldn't have that time. And not that I'm not busy now, but like before it was like film projects to shoot to this, to that, and you can't even breathe and it's suffocating. And it's great, but it's a lot. So now I'm like, no, I want to design my life and what do I want to do? How do I want to live? How do I want to show up? So, I didn't realize that it was going to feel that way until I got in front of people and started seeing this and then made the choice of like, I'm going to stay here over time because I think it's necessary. So we did a whole 6-city tour in India. I did a whole month-long 12-city tour in the States. Keep evolving it and making it larger than life. So there's that I'm doing. I'm going to be taking meetings and I want that next big song. Like I was saying, something gorgeous and feminine that showcases Lauren and who I am today.
I hope so your dreams come true.
Aww.
Thank you so much for having this conversation. But before going, is that your wedding ring?
It is!
Please flaunt. I want you to flaunt.
Oh man, put it right here.
Beautiful.
She's cool, right?
Yeah.
Little crazy, fun, terrible but amazing story about it is in Bali on our honeymoon. We went ATVing and it was epic. It was like through waterfalls and through canyons. And right before we did it, I was like, if I wear my rings, they will break during this. So I took them off. I put them in my purse. We finished at doing the ATVs. We get in the car. We drive 1 hour away. And I was like, oh, let me put my rings on. And I go back and my engagement ring is there, but my wedding band is gone.
Where?
It was gone. I literally broke open my Prada bag, like ripped the bottom of it. I ripped apart that car. The driver legit was going to have like a panic attack. I was like, we need to call the ATV place and see if they found it. The driver, I see his phone come up and I see a photo. And they found it. It was like on the ground at the ATV. I literally lost my wedding ring a week ago.
Thank God you found it.
I grabbed him. I was like, did they find it? He burst into tears. He's like, I thought I was going to jail.
Oh, God.
It was insane. So I'll send you the video of him. Like, he had to go back on a bike because it was an hour away now. He had to go back on a bike and rush over there and get it. So he's on a bike holding onto someone being like, I found the ring. I lost my wedding ring a week after I got married.
Oh, God. Embarrassing.
But I got it back.
Yes.
Nothing without some drama.
Lauren, thank you so much for having this conversation with me.
Thank you.
It was lovely. I wish you
So
all the
sweet.
very best. Looking forward to see you on the big screen.
Let's go.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you
day.
so much. You're so sweet.